Looking for a luxury lakefront community that actually lives up to the hype? Welcome to WildBlue, arguably the #1 neighborhood in all of Fort Myers. And once you see it, you'll understand why. In this video, I'll break down what homes really cost here, what it's actually like living in each part of WildBlue, and the key trade-offs you won't find on the brochure. I'm Rick Harrison, an award-winning relocation specialist, former contractor, and local guide who's helped couples, families, and retirees from all over the country find their perfect fit here in Southwest Florida. And WildBlue, it's one of those rare places that checks almost every box. Let me show you what makes it so special and who it's really built for. Now, the first thing you notice when you drive in is how beautifully well-maintained the grounds are. The grass is perfectly manicured. You have a guarded gate. It's got the drop-down gate arms as well as a guard here 24/7. And then you also have beautiful landscaping on both sides of the road. Now, this community is over 3,500 acres and it's very sprawling. So you have 800 acres of lakes, and there's a very large primary lake, and then there's a couple smaller lakes. Now, these are real lakes, not what you consider, Florida big, like the retention ponds and things that you see in most communities, especially the older ones. These are actual lakes. Like, you can put power boat on these lakes. You can build docks, you can put your boat out there. There's a boat launch. You also have over 1,500 acres of just preserve. Now, some of the reason people love not just Florida, but WildBlue particularly, you have no state income tax in the state of Florida, which is great. This community is about 15 minutes to RSW, which is our international airport here. So you're very close to that. You're 30 minutes to Naples, so that's great. Downtown Fort Myers is, 30 minutes that way. The beach is 30 minutes. So you're pretty centrally located. And then you also have a lot of amenities and access to things really close by. Just about 8 minutes down the road is Gulf Coast Town Center. You also have Hertz Arena right in the same area. So that's where a lot of big concerts go, a lot of shows happen, big name shows. It's just a really great area if you're looking for shopping and amenities. Gulf Coast Town Center has all kinds of stores, all kinds of restaurants. It's got a really beautiful little quad where they'll put on, live shows and concerts. And then you also have 75 is just 5 minutes away. So you got easy access up and down the state. You're 2 hours to Miami. Tampa is 2 hours north. Orlando's 3 hours northeast. Sarasota is an hour north. Now we're gonna be going in and taking a look at a couple different homes here, so you can kind of see what the different price points get you. The builders here, you have Stock, London Bay, and WCI as the custom home builders, and they build the higher end homes, usually from 1.6 up to 4, sometimes a little bit over the $4 million mark. And you have Pulte and Lennar, which build more of the entry level homes, about $800,000 up to about the $1.6, $1.7 million range. So we're gonna pull in here and take a look at one of these properties. So this first property is the first tier in WildBlue as a community. And this is your around $700,000 up to the $1.6 million range. These homes are built by Pulte and Lennar. And this is right on Blue Bay Circle, right around the main lake here. So it is a very large lake. A lot of these homes, if they are on the water, do have access to the lake, and a lot of them do choose to build boat docks in their backyard right off of them. Now we're at 14019 Blue Bay Circle. This is a listing by Evan Coriel with Keller Williams, and this is a really great example of what you can come to expect from these builds in the entry-level price point. At just over 2,200 square feet, this is a 4-bed, 3-bath home. It was built in 2023. This particular property has a 2-car garage, as you can see, but there are some homes that do have the option for a 3rd-car garage. One of the nice things that they did in this community is they actually built fairly wide driveways, so you don't have to worry about your cars being super close. You do have some room to get out, and you don't have to park right on the edge of the grass. Inside, you'll see that you have a sprawling open floor plan. You have a beautiful kitchen, some really nice features, tall ceilings. Many of these homes do have coffered ceilings, some of them with accents like wood paneling inside of them or crown molding. Most of these homes also have a huge lanai with gorgeous either tile, sometimes travertine tile, or pavers for the flooring. Many of them do have outdoor kitchens as well. This community is natural gas, so you have your natural gas hookups for your outdoor kitchen grill, your interior kitchen stove, your water heaters. If you have a water heater for the pool, you can hook that up to the natural gas as well. This home has a saltwater system for the pool. Some of the price points are going to vary in this community depending on whether you get a water lot or a lot that's on the preserve. If you're looking for privacy, the preserve is always a great option. You don't have to worry about building happening in your backyard, and you can have that privacy. With approval, you can get the landscaping changed on your property. So if you want the lanai to be sided with things like calusas, bushes for privacy bushes. If you want total privacy, you can have it. You can also have fences in your backyard if you have dogs for a dog run, which is not an option in many communities down here. Most of these homes come with impact resistance windows and doors. And then of course, within your HOA fees, you have the lawn and land maintenance. Your irrigation water is included in that. Wi-Fi and high-speed internet are also included. You have access to all the amenities. If you'd like more information on this property, the information is down in the description below, or you can always reach out to me and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Now, this next property puts us into the second tier of properties here in WildBlue, and this is at the $1.6 million and up mark. We're at 19129 Aquashore Drive. This home was built by Pulte. It's listed by Alexis Clayman of Realty ONE Group MVP. And this is exactly what you can come to expect as far as quality, finishes, features, and upgrades for a home in the WildBlue community. So at just under 2,500 square feet, this 3-bed, 3-bath home delivers beautiful coffered ceilings with wood paneling. It's a beautiful open floor plan. You have an amazing view out back with a huge lanai, gorgeous pavers, a beautiful pool and spa package. You have the built-in outdoor kitchen. The bedrooms are huge. You have nice tall ceilings throughout. The landscaping in the front is done really well. Now, this is a 3-car garage behind us, and it is a true 3-car garage. It's not 2.5. A lot of them have the half bay, which is just usually for golf carts, but this is a full and true 3-car garage. As you can see, you have beautiful stonework on the front. So this is a beautiful elevation, tile roof, so you get quite a few years out of that for insurance purposes. As I mentioned, at this price point, a lot of homes do decide that they're going to add on their dock. One of the really nice things about WildBlue is that the HOA fees, while they are a bit higher, you're paying about $8,000 per year in HOA fees. A lot is included in that. Now, this community is known for its amenities. It has an amenity peninsula. It's almost like a little island, but it's a peninsula. And it has a great amenity center. You have access to spas, pool. They have 2 pools. One's a resort pool, so if you just want to lounge. There's also a lap pool if you're looking to do laps. They have tennis courts, pickleball courts, basketball courts, shuffleboard and bocce courts. They have a fitness center, a great fitness center here. You can boat on the freshwater lake. There's a boat launch right in the community, and you can get onto the lakes. There's also a bunch of docks, not only at the amenity center, but a lot of the homes do have boat docks in their backyard. They even have different areas throughout the community, different grassy areas, not quite quads, but little like knolls and things where you can walk your dogs. And we're going by a couple, actually 2 different people here walking their dogs. So dogs are allowed. There are, they do need to be approved, because most communities down here, you'll find that certain breeds are not allowed within, certain communities. Now, that's not all communities. Some are very lenient on what is allowed, but most communities, you will have to get approval for the number of dogs. Some of them you will have to get approval for the weight or the breed, but in this community, all it is you just have to get approval. You're also close to shopping. You have Miramar and Coconut Point, as well as Gulf Coast Town Center, really just minutes drives away. Nearby healthcare, you have Lee Health, and then also Gulf Coast Medical. Some of the trade-offs you're gonna notice from this community, the HOA fees, like I said, are gonna be a bit higher than some of the other communities, but not all that much considering, at $600 per month, about $1,800 quarterly, there's a lot of communities that charge that. You don't get half as much stuff included. And the amenity centers aren't usually as broad and available as that. Some communities in Naples, you got to pay an extra, or even actually some communities in Fort Myers, you got to pay an extra $8,000, $12,000, sometimes $50,000 just to belong to one of the clubs that gives you access to certain amenities. So that's part of the trade-offs here. But like I said, you're getting more bang for your buck in this community. You are going to have higher property taxes. A lot of people look at the property taxes on Zillow and say, oh, they paid, whatever it was last year. But the price of your taxes is going to be based on what you pay for the house. I like to say it's around 1.3% of your purchase price, for Lee County, just to be safe. Now, it does come down some if you are, going to be homesteading this and it's your primary property. It'll obviously be quite a bit higher if it's not homesteaded. And if it's in an LLC, which some people do put in their homes into an LLC here. There are architectural controls. Most communities down here are gonna have that. So landscaping, changing colors on doors or the colors of your house, or doing different things like that. Adding a fence, those things are gonna need to be approved by the community, the ARC board. There is also limited resale inventory. So for 1,100 homes in the community, there's not really that many homes listed at any one time. For example, right now, there's only 6 homes that are from 3,000 to 4,000 square feet listed in this whole community. Custom lots are also limited. Most communities down here, the builders choose the lots and they're relatively tight for the most part, but this community, I will say, does have a decent amount of space between quite a few of the homes. And there are parts of the community where we're actually coming up to one right now, where within the gated community, there is a gated area. And right now it's open for the daytime. And you're gonna see that these are more custom built homes. These are built by Stock, WCI, London Bay has some of these properties. The lots are custom lots. They are also on water. These are a lot nicer homes as far as, customization goes. They're also usually bigger homes here as well. Most of these homes will have docks right out to the lakes. Now, as far as who's actually moving here, this is really more, like I said, it's an upper scale community. It's one of the most desirable communities in Fort Myers. It's a newer community, but it has that, like I said, it has that luxury feel without the real heavy luxury hit to your pocket and your wallet. But for the most part, most of the people that are moving in here, you're looking at, like retirees, families with higher income levels. You also have lots of wealthy buyers moving. So you have people from Minnesota, Michigan, New York, Boston area or Massachusetts area, Chicago. So it's a nice mix of people and it's a nice mix of ages as well. I'd say most of the residents here are on the, probably from their 40s and up. If you're dreaming of a Florida lifestyle with space to breathe, warm weather, and water at your doorstep, this might be the one to watch. If WildBlue is on your radar, let's connect. Whether you're relocating to Southwest Florida or just starting to explore your options, WildBlue sits in the heart of one of the area's fastest growing corridors, surrounded by new construction communities, expanding businesses, and long-term investment potential that's hard to beat. Reach out anytime. You'll be talking directly with me. And if you want to know what other communities compete with WildBlue or what else you should consider based on your lifestyle and budget, you've got 2 great next steps. If you're still exploring whether or not Fort Myers is the right place to call home, check out my pros and cons of living in Fort Myers video right here. Or if you're curious what other communities compete with WildBlue for lifestyle, amenities, and value, watch my deep dive on the top neighborhoods I'd move to in 2025 right here.